I'm Chris Lawrence with your headlines from North Texas. Multiple investigations are underway after a rash of shootings and stabbings across DFW. As Scoop Jefferson reports, 10 people are dead and another 10 wounded.
Crime scene after crime scene like this all weekend in Fort Worth.
We're not just going to sit by, idly by on a weekend such as this. And
now putting the new leadership of Police Chief Eddie Garcia to the test, answering questions about Cowtown's violent and deadly weekend.
This was a challenging weekend. There's not a major city police chief in this country that does not wake up on a Monday morning with challenges.
You took him from me.
A grieving mother at the police say another teen fatally stabbed her son, 15-year-old Jacob De La Rosa, during a fight that also left his father critically hurt. The suspect claims it was self-defense. Saturday night, police arrested a man accused of killing a gas station employee on East Chase Parkway before trying to break into a nearby home. Then early Sunday, gunfire inside Live Social Bar in the West 7th Street area. 31-year-old Patrick Allen killed, 5 others hurt.
What's the root cause of violence in our city and address it?
The violent weekend catching the attention of city leaders like Councilman Michael Crane.
If you have a personal beef with someone or an issue with someone, there are better ways to work it out.
After calling Fort Worth a safe city, Chief Garcia shared plans to keep it that way.
We're going to have a violence crime reduction plan here in the city of Fort Worth that fits every individual part of the city. And the criminologists are excited about doing that. Getting together with my team.
Garcia is also meeting with community leaders like Tina James, just recognized by City Council for Stop 6 area crime reduction. Her nonprofit, Safe in the 6.
It's beyond heartbreaking. I mean, I really can't even explain the expression and or the feeling that you get when you hear about a young person and or old have lost their lives.
Now, as several families are impacted by a violent streak not seen in Fort Worth in years,
we are a very safe city.
All eyes are on the city's new top cop and what he does next. In Fort Worth, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
You know, we're also hearing from the new Dallas police chief. 4 people were shot and killed in his city, and a pregnant woman was found stabbed Sunday morning. She survived, but the baby did not. And the chief says they're closing in on the suspect in that case.
We have a good lead right now.
Okay. Domestic or something else?
Ongoing investigation, but we have a good lead right now.
Chief Daniel Comeaux acknowledges how busy his department was this weekend, but says overall, violent crime is down in Dallas after 43 homicides last year. A murder suspect was just sentenced to life in prison after agreeing to a last-minute plea deal. He was accused of killing 4-year-old Cash Jernan, leaving his body in the street a few blocks from his home. Investigative reporter Morgan Young is in Dallas County with reaction from the courtroom.
The state of Texas versus Darian Ronell Brown. Is that your name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Just before his trial was set to begin Monday.
Judge Wolf waived reading of the indictment and entered pleaded guilty to the lesser included offense of murder, Your Honor.
Is that in fact your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Darian Brown, now 22 years old, admitted to killing 4-year-old Cash Jernan in May of 2021.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to court records, on May 15, 2021, a woman was walking when she saw the little boy's body laying in a puddle of blood with multiple stab wounds. Surveillance footage would later show earlier that morning the child was removed from his crib and carried away while he was sleeping by a then unknown male.
Do you believe your client is mentally competent?
I do, Your Honor.
In 2022, a court ruled Brown was incompetent to stand trial, but that decision was reversed this year since he was receiving treatment. On Monday, after entering the guilty plea, Brown's attorney, Heath Harris, made a point to speak with his client before the court, stating that they had planned to argue an insanity defense and believed they could win, but decided to plea after seeing some of the evidence.
And you understand we could still go to trial, right? Yeah. But that's not what you want to do. That's not what I want to do.
Brown's plea means there's no trial.
This message is for Darian Brown.
But there were sentiments shared from little Cash's family members who have been trying to figure out how to live without him, including his twin brother.
They never got to experience the first day of kindergarten together because you took Cash's life before he was ever able to even step foot in a school.
In Dallas.
There are no words to describe the pain that you have brought onto our family.
I'm Morgan Young.
The Texas Senate race is getting a bit more crowded on the Republican side. Congressman Wesley Hunt from Houston just launched his campaign to unseat incumbent Senator John Cornyn. Senior political reporter Jason Whiteley on how this changes the biggest race next year.
Right now, no question, this new campaign certainly makes the Republican race a lot more competitive. John Cornyn already on the attack, going after Hunt. But you might be asking, who is Wesley Hunt? Perhaps you've seen his TV ads over the last few months here. The Houston congressman is trying to introduce himself to voters across the state. He is a relative newcomer to office. This is only his second term in Congress. Hunt represents the west side of Houston, the Galleria and Memorial areas up to Jersey Village. Congressman Hunt says he is the true MAGA candidate running for Senate in Texas. He brags about his closeness to the Trump administration. But Cornyn has also really leaned into Trump, too. And Ken Paxton is a longtime friend of the president. So now you have three candidates, instead of just two, all fighting for the MAGA vote, making this race a big one to watch. As a political consultant, if you're with Cornyn or you're with Paxton, which side is cringing more today?
I think Paxton is probably cringing more, only because his path to victory was certainly building a robust and diverse coalition of anti-Trump vote or anti-Cornyn votes, and I don't see how there's now enough votes for him to get to the nomination. For Cornyn, maybe he considers this a graceful exit. But I think he's probably in it for the long haul. So I think it's probably causing more frustration in the Paxton camp today.
Two things for us to watch going forward. First, who is raising the most money? Next Wednesday, campaigns announce their summer fundraising totals. Money might translate into momentum for one of the three. Second, keep an eye on any polling that might come out. Three big names now in the Republican race for U.S. Senate, so it makes it a lot more likely for a runoff to actually happen between the top two vote getters. You know, Democrats also have a competitive race now for U.S. Senate. Colin Allred versus James Tallarico that we've talked about here. For you and I, get ready for more mailbox flyers, text messages, and a lot of TV ads as all of these candidates try to get in front of you and ask for your vote. The primary election, March 3rd, 5 months from right now. In Dallas, I'm Jason Whiteley.
And when you're crisscrossing a state this big, that is not much time to campaign. And those are your headlines from North Texas.